Oh, that Michael Jackson trailer dropped, and it was a teaser trailer, and there was a lot to talk about. This is going to be a semi-breakdown of what we saw in the trailer, and maybe a little criticisms that we've also seen from people who, let's face it, probably aren't real Michael Jackson fans. Without further ado, let's cue the intro.
Up in the sky, it's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's a geek.
Before we start, I want to say this, bro. This trailer is probably, and I'm not glazing because it's just Michael Jackson. This trailer was probably the best trailer I've seen in a very, very long time. The trailer gave me goosebumps. Now, Michael Jackson will be played by none other than his nephew, Jafar Jackson. And he's a great singer, he can dance, he has the whole Michael Jackson thing down pat. This movie, Michael, was actually my most anticipated movie for this year. Yeah, I said it, this year, because it was originally supposed to drop earlier this year, and then they delayed it because they had some issues with some stuff they shot, so forth and so on, and now we'll be getting it in April of next year. So with it coming out technically in like, 5-6 months, we got our first teaser. And in the first teaser, there was a lot you can look at, a lot you can break down, a lot you can do a lot of stuff. The first thing I want to call out is this. Jafar is amazing. One of the things I'm seeing a lot of people say is, Jafar, this might get him an Oscar, all right? Now, if he's not an Oscar consideration with this performance, that means the movie was bad. And let's say something else, Because on Twitter, there's a lot of people who say things they shouldn't say. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This movie can be dog poop and it'll still make $1 billion. I repeat, this movie can be dog poop and it will still touch $1 billion. This is Michael Jackson, the producer of Bohemian Rhapsody. That movie almost did $1 billion. Now let me tell y'all something. When it comes to music, I love music. I listen to all types of music. Queen is actually probably my favorite band of all time. Ain't nobody checking for Queen now. Alright, Queen ain't no Michael Jackson, even though I consider Freddie Mercury the best male vocalist to ever live, and beating Michael Jackson also. If Bohemian Rhapsody did 900 million or $1 billion, whatever the heck it did, what the heck y'all think Michael Jackson gonna do? This movie has the chance to make close to $2 billion. Now I've seen a lot of people saying it's gonna hit $3 billion. I don't know if they trolling or not. This is not hitting no dang $3 billion. You're $3 billion, you starting to get into Avatar and you starting to get into Avenger, you starting to get into that territory. But it'll do for sure at least 1.5 billion. And one of the things Bohemian Rhapsody didn't have, Michael Jackson, and before we get to the trailer, Michael Jackson, he had fans of all races. Everybody was, a lot of people were fans of Michael Jackson in Asia and all different places all over the world. They love Michael. With Bohemian Rhapsody, yes, Queen was known, but Queen ain't had this. They ain't had a black support most of the time. Michael Jackson, you know why this movie is gonna do well over $1 billion? Cause you got the black support. We gonna come out and we gonna show out. I'm definitely seeing this opening day. I'm gonna get my tickets as soon as they release, just like I do every other major movie. But this is what makes it different. If you're saying it's not gonna do Bohemian Rhapsody numbers, you have to give me actual evidence to tell me why it's not gonna do that. Just like I did for why I will do that. Anyway, I have a side by side here, and I'm gonna put it in the video. The side by side to how Jafar is performing, to how Michael was looking, is insane. They got everything down right, to the costumes, to his orange juice, to it. Everything is perfect. Me and my girlfriend were watching a trailer and we literally had to slow the trailer down because I was telling her, yo, all of these shots are of Jafar. And she was convinced, especially the last montage in the trailer, she was convinced that it had some actual clips of Michael Jackson in there. That's how, and she's a huge Michael Jackson fan. That's how close Jafar is to mimicking his uncle. And it is crazy. I'm just looking at some of these shots are absolutely beautiful, man. This movie should make a lot of money. The cinematography, what we've gotten so far, is beautiful. To where he's on the stage, he has his nighttime sets. It's looking really good for people who are looking interested for this movie. If you didn't know, it was reported earlier a while back Like when they were going to having that issue of, because originally this movie was probably gonna be over 3.5 hours long, because it was going to go through a little bit of Jackson 5, and then like his off the wall, and how he eventually progresses to be his legendary pop self, and then later get into the allegations and things like that. So it came out and they were like, yo, something happened, and the Michael Jackson estate or something like that has signed something or whatever to where they can't portray the allegations in a certain way or something. Basically, they were saying they might have to redo it and chop it down, which then led to, like I said before, the movie being delayed. But it is now coming out and being reported by Lionsgate that they still might have the Michael Jackson biopic be 2 movies, and I think they do. Michael Jackson's life, which is good and sad. Sad for him and good for us. His whole life, he don't know what it's like to not be a star. Because he was in the Jackson 5 when he was very, very, very young. You have to kind of document a lot of that. Now, we don't need the Jackson 5 storyline, especially because we kind of already got that with Jackson American Dream. To me, that's still the best Michael Jackson biopic to date so far. So this would probably follow, like I said, focus more on his off the wall and his bad and all of that stuff. And then the first movie will probably end around the allegations starting to surface, and we get to where he's dealing with this heavy vitiligo and how people are perceiving him different from being black and now white. He hasn't had the song Black or White. That second movie can be dealing with that type of stuff. But the details, man, even the shot, right? And we'll talk about the shot later with the nose. You can tell, even here, well, I believe they're recording some songs for Off the Wall, if I'm not mistaken. You can tell how they did the makeup. He's already here starting to show signs of having discoloration in his face. Now, we're not gonna talk about the nose stuff, and I'll bring up the pictures later. But when I show you the pictures, you'll see. Actually, I'll have them on the screen now. If you look closely, you can actually see, if you look at his face and his neck, they're already starting to tease like, yo, he's starting to lighten up. So it's little details like that are amazing for this movie, man. And stuff like that matters. A lot of people, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, he doesn't look like Michael. This is the best Michael we gonna get. All right, this is the best we gonna get. It's literally his own blood, all right? It's a biopic as well. And we have to be fair here. I know Michael Jackson, because he's so well known, so recognizable, so popular, a lot of people can easily pinpoint when something is off about him. But the thing is, like, y'all didn't do that for Freddie Mercury. The dude who played Freddie Mercury, he don't look nothing like the real Freddie Mercury. Y'all ain't do it for Elvis. Austin Butler ain't look nothing like the real Elvis. So we shouldn't be doing this nitpicking when it come to Michael. If you gonna do nitpicking come to Michael, I need y'all to keep the same energy with Elvis, which is not gonna do near as good as this. Bohemian Rhapsody, which is also not gonna be doing as near as good as this. So here's a shot here, right? This shot here, we got Michael in the blue jacket. He looking cool, aura, and then we got again. I guess right here, people are saying that this is where Michael is going to be buying back his music rights, and which is a major, especially back then, which is a major thing for a black. And at this point, he's not up and coming, but he's starting to get his footing in his solo career. So that was a great thing. And they have, of course, you see the orange juice right there. Michael Jackson is not my favorite overall performer. It's actually, if you know me, it's actually James Brown. James Brown was Michael Jackson's idol when he was growing up. We have a shot here. This is how the details are so good. Michael Jackson learned a lot of his moves from James Brown, a lot of his early stuff before he started making it his own. Of young Michael Jackson trying to mimic James Brown, and it looks like he's doing James Brown hit the mashed potato right there. I guess we can go ahead and start talking about the nose thing now. All right. The main criticism that I've seen with Michael is that his nose right here is too big. Now, evidently, y'all didn't do one of two things. You didn't follow Michael Jackson, which I'm pretty sure every younger kid had that moment in their life where they discovered who Michael Jackson really was, how good his music was, how popular he was, and went on a binge of trying to know everything about him. His Jackson 5 to how he passed and everything that happened with that. This is how Michael's nose looked when he was around this age. And here's the thing we gotta do. This is accurate, but I'm seeing a lot of people say, oh, his nose is too big. That is why Michael ended up changing his nose in the first place, because of people like you who are saying he looks ugly, his nose is too big, yada, yada, yada. His nose looks how it's supposed to look in these shots. So here, right? You got the shot with he has his nose bigger, and then here's Michael with his nose, and even then, looks like he had already had a little work right here as well. Michael's nose, and this is gonna be weird, because I'm finna end it right here. I'm not trying to nitpick and go through this dude's all his facial features, but his nose actually didn't look that bad on him, because his eyes are so big, but it's like his facial features, it makes it to where his nose are proportional to his face. It looks a little odd on Jafar, the prosthetic nose, just because Jafar's eyes they're not beady, but they're not like, they don't have that big, y'all know what I'm trying to say. They don't have that big innocent glare like Michael's had, you know? And then you go here, there's a shot here. You can clearly see this represents where Michael had already had Michael Jafar, in the movie, he's already had some work on his nose here. And then we get to another shot where you see even here, this is Michael, you can see he's starting to have a little more stuff with his skin becoming lighter, and his nose looks noticeably way thinner because he had all those surgeries. And a lot of people don't know, the reason why he had to keep doing nose surgeries is because when he first did his nose surgery, it actually made his breathing harder. So he fixes it because he had a lot of trauma with his nose from his dad and all that. He goes in, tries to make it smaller, but it hurt his breathing. So then they had to keep fixing it to where he got the nose he ended up having, which very tiny, all right? It's gonna be a movie to where it's gonna be a global event. If you don't miss it, you're missing out. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be dressed up. Again, a lot of us gonna be dressed up in Michael Jackson gear and all that stuff, going to see the movie, singing and stuff, and it's gonna be a good time, bro. If y'all gonna try to find something to hate, man, do your research first. Do your research. But anyway, that's enough of Michael Jackson Glaze. It was nice to come back and connect with y'all. If you love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, still like the video. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. I appreciate if you like my content, share my content. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace.
Give her the boot just to make sure that my life is okay. Pulling the rose petal off just to see if I love her, not no way. Might call her phone just to see if she answer, just in case a nigga